Well, the crowd makes the show. Without the guys watching, you know, it's not exciting for us to bowl in. So, and with this environment where they're so close to you, you can interact with them so easily. And yeah, I definitely try to interact the crowd as much as possible because you know, I know they want to enjoy bowling as much as I want to enjoy their company.
Well, they're not backward at coming forward, this Barnsley crowd. If you've made a great shot, they'll let you know. But you'll also get the odd bit of advice, won't you, if you've made a bad one?
Yeah, a few times you get heckled. But, you know, as an Australian in England, I'm used to that.
Great stuff.
But it's okay. It all turns around, just like the Ashes did.
Oh, I knew you'd go there. Paul Moor, then, to open up his second game. And Rivera, well, he's almost run out of options now. Just get back to route one. Try and find that A game, B-boy. And try and make Paul Moor think about this. 258 was what Paul Moor could have finished with in the first game, but he finished up with 232. Slightly disappointing finish and an open at the end. And he's left, finally, the 7-pin.
Yeah, it looks like he threw that a little faster and a little wider. It definitely started to roll a little later down the lane. And the 4-pin didn't do its job, went right around the 7. But I mean, that's a good thing to happen if you throw it a little wider and a little faster, that you can still get to the pocket. So I'm sure Paul is quite happy with that result.
Yeah, definitely suggested a minor change from Paul Moor, having been so consistent during the whole of that first game until that closing frame. Rivera, though, with a mountain to climb. What has he got? Has he got anything that could put pressure on this man from England?
Well, if he does, it needs to start right now. If B-Boy wants to put any kind of pressure on Paul, he needs to strike on this frame and turn around and let Paul know about it.
And there it is, right on cue. He must have heard you, Jason.
That's a fantastic shot. I mean, B-Boy, I think with the scores being the way they are, it's probably just loosened right up and is going to decide to have a little bit of fun and enjoy himself. And that shot there resembles someone who's relaxed. So hopefully the next 11 will be similar.
Or into nothing to lose territory, aren't we, really, with Rivera?
Exactly. I mean, whether he shoots 180 now or 230, it's probably not enough. So right now he needs to just get them all.
Paul Moor will want to put all 10 away if he can. Good response from the Englishman.
Yeah, again, the ball still went a little longer than the previous game. The 7-pin, the last pin, the 4. Not a bad shot by any means. I mean, I'm happy to make my ball look like that every time as well. But I think the oil is definitely carried down slightly, and Paul is starting to see the effects of it.
No, it's the ball, isn't it, that carries the oil down, and then the lights as well. How much effect do they have on the oil? Yeah,
a great deal. I mean, the warmer it gets, the faster the oil will carry down the lane, and when you've got these big spotlights on you, it carries down quick.
Good work. Rivera turns that strike into a double. So at least posing some questions to Paul Moor. He's as far away from the foul line as Alex Liu.
Yeah, it's actually, I've never really noticed that when I've travelled and seen these guys bowl. Obviously, they're comfortable sliding there. There's no rule that you have to get as close to the foul line as possible. But I try to get as close. I mean, it's a lot easier to hit something the closer you are, so I'll take every inch.
Moor working on a strike. Working it pretty well.
That's a great shot from Paul. I mean, as a player, I know that if you're in the lead, even though it is a large lead, when the opponent does start to strike, there is that small feeling, what if something drastic happens to me and the luck goes his way. So, you know, you want to try and keep up with your opponent in the second game if you're leading, and that's a great response. I mean, I'm sure that'll calm Paul down as well. Not that he was stressed to start with, but if he was.
Rivera then to try and at least get a flutter in the heartbeat of Paul Moor. Well, he's got a turkey out of it. Best bit of bowling that we've seen from B-Boy Rivera so far in this match.
This is what I expected from the beginning from B-Boy. I really thought that this is how he was going to come out, and it's great to see that he is showing everyone what he's capable of. You know, B-Boy is one of the best bowlers in Asia, and you know, he's World Masters champion last year in Korea, and there's a reason why. The last 3 shots are the reason why.
Well, those are his stats. They're gradually looking a little better. At least he hasn't had any more open frames since the first game. That's the important thing for him here. 5-2-2, the maximum that Moore can get to. 4-5-8 for Rivera. So there's still a gulf between these two, and that's going to continue to grow if Moore continues to play like this. A turkey from Moore.
His ball reaction just looks fantastic down the lane. When he throws it where he wants to throw it and lets it go the way he wants to let it go, you know, he's definitely going to give everyone here a run for their money. He's definitely liking this lane, Simon.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that, is there? So 10 strikes so far for Moore. Just that one open frame. He won't be too concerned about that at the moment, mainly because of the way that his opponent Rivera has played. Not anywhere close to the sort of form that we know this man possesses. Oh, another horrible split left.
Well, when it's not your day, it's not your day. And that's another 4-9 that B-Boy has left. The ball just comes in a little strong. Again, when I leave those, you know it's probably not going to strike, but it's, you know, come on, help me out one. And unfortunately for B-Boy, he's left with a nasty conversion for a spare.
Yeah, a little prayer to the bowling gods. It doesn't happen.
Wasn't far off.
Oh, 3 opens. And he went for it because he knew he had to. He had to make that spare. Paul Moore then. Destiny in his own hands. His own very capable hands, it has to be said. Now, from this point, has he got any leeway to just have a look at how this lane is going to react with some more changes, or is he going to just put a few more strikes down before he gets to that stage?
I think Paul can probably do whatever he wants right now, but I'm pretty sure he's going to stick to what he's doing. When you're when you're comfortable with what you're doing, you usually just continue to do what you're doing, so you don't lose the feel, you don't lose the rhythm. Clearly Paul hasn't lost the feel or rhythm.
Well, B-Boy could be in trouble, already leaving an open frame whilst Paul Moore's just quietly going about his business and extending the lead. Join us for more from this exciting tournament after the break.
The first time that I ever bowled, I can't remember this, but they told me I couldn't stand the game. You know, I didn't want to bowl at all. Took me back again and started bowling in the junior league with a few of my friends. I just went from there, really. I got interested in it. With bowling, anything can happen. You know, even if you're down by 20, 30 pins in one game, it can all turn around in one frame. Your opponent can leave a split, you can get a double, and then it's back to even. You know, it can change so much. Even with this format here in the Masters, 2 games, it's anything. I mean, anyone can win. It's very rare we get a chance to play on TV for bowling. It's not outside of America. It's not a widely renowned sport. It doesn't get on telly much, so it's good to play in this kind of pressure situation, being on telly with the crowd and everything. It's good to because in the end of the day it makes us better bowlers as well. There's certain rivals between certain players, but we all know what we're capable of. You know, people have certain mind games and stuff, so you get used to them and you just try and ignore it. It's always nice to play in your home country, and to have the crowd as well behind me. It's always an extra boost. I think everyone thinks they've got a good chance because the format, 2 games aggregate, it can be anyone's. Anyone can find the line and, you know, just hit strike after strike after strike, and, you know, it's going to be tough, but I think I'm pretty confident.
100 pins the difference between these two if they strike out from here. Not looking good for the man from the Philippines. Oh, I got some revs on that one.
Yeah, it is a shame that the last frame was a 4-9, because, you know, with that reaction, it wouldn't surprise me if B-Boy did strike out for 290, and with a score of 290, you know, that does actually make things a little interesting. But yeah, great shot there, B-Boy. Lift your head up, son. You're doing all right.
Yeah, you got to stick at it. He's already been through the disappointment of the first game. And in this tournament, Jason, you kind of come out the other side, don't you? And then you just concentrate on finishing the game in the best way you can. Yeah,
exactly. I've been in the same situation B-Boy's been in right now. It's frustrating, and it's you know, it's definitely not a feeling you want to ever have again. But if you do get into that position, you just got to keep your chin up and finish the game that you wanted to start the way.
And try and ignore the fact that your opponent's just turned in a 5-bagger. Moore once again returning to his consistency, shot after shot after shot. You could overlay all these TV pictures on top of each other and you'd be hard-pressed to spot any differences in movement from Paul Moore. Very consistent bowler. And it's produced that run of strikes. He's definitely put this game beyond the reach of Rivera now. And as we always say, barring something incredible happening, he's going to have a place in the quarter-final against Alex Liu. You were right, Jason. He's going to keep striking.
Yeah, well, you know, it is really good for everybody to see what B-Boy is capable of, because, you know, I've seen him travel around the world and around Asia, and, you know, it's very uncharacteristic of him to play the way he did the first game, and this is definitely how he usually bowls everywhere he goes. So I'm really happy for him.
Well, that's the World Temping Masters, isn't it? Fly halfway around the world to potentially bowl for 40 minutes and then be on the plane back home.
Yeah, I think that's why the first round is often the most difficult to get through, because there is that, you know, I've been on a plane for over 20 hours, I've spent 10 hours in an airport, and I could be going home in 40 minutes.
Well, not quite the same problem for Paul Moore. 45-minute drive from his home down to the venue. But that very often works in the favour of a home bowler. You're surrounded by the people you know, by the environment you know, and you get to sleep in your own bed at night, and that's a great boost for many sports players around the world when the home tournaments come to town. That's how they look so far, and both players still on for those maximums, so that 100-pin difference still there. 6-bagger for Moore, though. What a way to post a message to the rest of your opponents. He's going to come away with a decent score at the end of this second game. And Rivera should get over the 200 mark as well after the disappointment of that 168 in the first game.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Paul's thoughts were after this match. He's not one to definitely boast about the way he bowled, but he has to be feeling extremely confident right now with the form he's in. And when Paul is in fine form, he's definitely hard to beat. I wouldn't mind having a chat to him. And stealing that ball away from him as well.
That's probably the best idea, as he turns it into 7 strikes in a row. Fantastic performance here, and what a shame that first frame was a spare. Still, nobody can replicate that magic 300 of yours, Jason, just a couple of years ago.
No. It's some people have come close, and I didn't think I was ever going to do it. You know, that's one of the magic things about bowling 300 is there is that small little bit of luck that needs to go your way, and you know, I definitely had some, and in this one lane thing with the oil moving so quickly, it's definitely not easy to do.
Rivera to keep his run of strikes going, working at Turkey. And turns it into a four-bagger. Well done, B-Boy Rivera. And he's just letting this crowd know there's a lot more to this man than we've seen in this match today.
That was B-Boy's best shot of the day by far. It was clean off his hand. He hit exactly where he was looking. You know, the follow-through was strong, and the ball's checked up in the right place and just smashed the pins.
Yeah, very good effort from Rivera. Still on for that 4-2-2 finish. But that's so far off the pace of this man, Paul Moor. He keeps them coming. He's going to be into double figures if he can keep striking out from here. Great work through the foundation frame. Now, at least it's the right way round this time. Rivera's going to get to bowl his final deliveries, and then he'll be able to take his seat while Paul Moor finishes off. It's a pretty tough position to be down when you come out for your last few balls.
Yeah, you often think, do I really have to?
There should be some system in place where you can put a couple of dollars in the box and leave the stage. Rivera, though, will at least left a decent message for this crowd. This guy can play, we know that. It just hasn't been his day today. It's deserted him again, straight through the head pin.
Yeah, and left a nasty split too. A 4 split. Incredibly hard to spare as well. Not that the spare would make much of a difference in this particular game, but it'll definitely give the crowd a little something to cheer about for him.
Yeah, it's got some trick shot value, hasn't it?
I reckon he makes it.
What do you know? Well, it was a good effort, really good effort, and full praise to B-Boy Rivera, because that's a horrible place to come back from, Jason, in that first game.
Look, B-Boy really should be happy with the way he bowled in the second game. I mean, obviously he's going to be disappointed about the first game, but that's the way bowling goes. And in these short formats, if in this particular tournament, if you don't find the target early on, it's really hard to come back from.
Paul Moor then working an incredible run, turns 8 into 9, and it's going to be a superb finish. Well, if he can post 5-2-2, that's another man back into the green room, Jason, with an incredible set of stats to take into the quarterfinals.
No, he's going to be pretty confident, and I'm sure he's going to have a couple of words to say to Mr. Chris Barnes in there too, because I know prior to this tournament they'll having a few jokes with each other, and I'm pretty sure Paul's going to let him know how he feels.
He's an interesting character, is Paul Moor. He is very quiet on the lane. He's got the same personality away from the lane, but he is fiercely determined. He knows what he wants from this sport, and as far as he's concerned, he's going to get it. And he desperately wants this title, and what a way to finish in this match. It's been strikes all the way from the second frame. Yeah, a little bit of experimentation from Moor to finish off with. Well, he certainly enjoyed the game. Jason, you enjoyed your visit to the commentary box?
Yeah, it's been a lot of fun. It's definitely interesting to see how it looks from the back corner here.
Well, this is how it looks on the stats, and the stats read pretty well for Paul Moor. 5-2-1 his final score. That puts him into the quarterfinals at the expense of B-Boy Rivera.
This This game was always going to be a tough match, but crowd pleaser Paul Moor took his place in the quarter-finals. There are still 2 spots left in the semi-finals, and 10-pin giant Tora Torgerson returns to take back his trophy in the Masters. But his opponent is triple gold medalist Remy Ong. This is not to be missed. Next time on the partypoker.net World 10-Pin Masters.